Yo, hello, hello. Let me see if my thing is working correctly again. I always forget to pull it up here. Perfect. And we'll hit that as well. All right, look at us go, baby. So, deload workout again today. What's up, Zero? Let me think here. What was I gonna do? Update the workout log. Update the old workout log and we'll get to benching. Did I put that in right? 292, 315. I think I did. I think that is indeed what we did. So, workout log. Mother trucker, dude. Mother trucker, dude. One set of three, 270. One set of three, 290. And then feet up close grip. Three set of five, 230. And then accessory work that we'll do for today would be, let me think here. Modified pull-up. That's right. Chest press machine. Preacher curl and machine tricep extension. There we go. There we go. These clips are good, man. They stay on tight. Oh, man. It's been a rough week of some sleep, man. Honest. Because I've been wanting to stream some PoE, but I've just been like so out. But I think the plan is to play a little bit after the workout. When we get to that point, we'll just transition from workout stream to a little bit of some PoE. What's up, Mike? Let me think here. Okay, we got. Oh, I need to get this going. All right, let's see. Yep, it's playing. Very good. Today, little. Oh, and enjoying yourself a nice beer, are you? Hey, sometimes you just need a nice cold one, right? Just one, right? That's the thing, right? The restraint, some moderation. Our cold one is a nice Alani new energy drink. Only one. One or a couple, you know, as long as it just doesn't turn into a dozen, you know. On my end, it's very seldom that I do drink though, so it doesn't require too many. On my end. How am I? I'm doing good. I do not need one. No, sir. Heck, it's still 12 p.m. my time, you know. I hope I don't need one this early. This early in the day, I think it's just you need more caffeine than you need anything else, right? When you think about it, beer is just the evening caffeine, right? That's the evening coffee. It's like you gotta have coffee to be able to deal with people's crap, right? And it's like beer is just coping with the fact that you have to deal with more people's crap the next day, right? And today you're in rest. Good for you, man. You enjoy it. This the RNL King? Yeah, you bet. Easy first 10 pull, baby. Easy first 10 pull. It was discounted too. You know what? I still have 2 more 10 pulls that are discounted, and I'm like, should I just use them to kind of start to get the pity lower for the next ML? But then I'm like, man, with my luck, I don't know. I'll end up pulling her again. Mike, tomorrow's arms. Nice. Very good, very good. Arm day. Mike, wasn't it you who was all hyped up about the new Genshin character? Trying to remember properly here. We're just over here talking gotcha. I sent the 10 pull on the old Epic 7 ML5 and easy. Oh, okay. So it's not the cryo one yet. Okay, okay. I don't know. For some reason, I thought her banner was sooner. I know everybody's been talking about it. Let's see. Go pity your next RGB. Hey, I will. I will. But all good. You want to pity RGBs? Or you want to pity ML5s? There's one that's a lot more expensive than the other. You have to play? Oof. It's been a long... Well, I guess it hasn't been that long, right? It's tough, though, you know? It's tough getting in there. As a new war returning player, very hard to, like, build teams. Oh, so you got that luck, huh? That's generally, I would say I'm fairly lucky on those games too. So I've been told. So I've been told. All right. 245. Man, I mean, like, I've really just not missed an ML5 on Epic 7 in a minute. Mike says, my friends paid to have the same. Yep, that sounds familiar. Doesn't it? Doesn't it, Sanctity? Bro, I pulled Salome 3 times, and then I get the RNL first 10 pull. Is crazy, by the way. Ain't no way, right? Oh my lord. I'm on a kick right now. I'm on fire. What's up, Zero? Welcome back. Yeah, man, I've been slamming some PoE 2 still, but just been really rough sleep this week, man. So just been kind of chilling, vibing. But man, I'm getting to the point where it's like, oh, I don't know why I'm so hard stuck right now. I bought a really good weapon with some divines, but then I realized I don't have the dex for it quite yet. So it's like my character's in shambles. I'm trying to fix it right now. I have never really made it this far in PoE 2, so it's like that in-game gearing where I'm like, oh, why am I feeling not so good right now? To be expected. PoE 2 noob. Wait, let me see here. I haven't a banner ML5 since 2 years. Immediately went to. Bro, if you haven't gotten a brand new ML5 in 2 years, then brother, you just not playing the game. I bet you already knew, man. I tried, bro. I looked at the maintenance last night, and I'm like, oh no, that's way too late. But you know, I was ready. I woke up, I updated, and I instantly slammed that 10 pole. Ranked match, suck tank, just pushed too much. Oh. Say it ain't so. Alright, let's see. What's the first set? 270. You know what? We're just gonna load that up then. Like the brand new blade on Honkai, the 2-in-1 10 pole. That was hype. My Acheron team is back. And then we just get the RNL first 10 pole. We're big chilling. You know what? I haven't been able to use the yet. I need to buy some pre-workout. Where's the pre-workout deals at? I keep forgetting to order some. I'm having to use my energy drinks. I gotta ration them out. Alright, set of 3. Bro, if you... I can't get over the fact that you said you haven't gotten a new ML5 in 2 years. Brother, do you do anything? Anything? Also, I don't know if you've seen the event right now, but you can essentially get an ML. Well, you can get a light 5-star and a dark 5-star. So, I mean, yeah, I kind of hope you've been cranking that out. Who did I? Did I send you one yesterday too? Because I definitely got a new. Who was it? I can't even remember. I can't keep track of all these new ML5s I've been getting. Okay, so now we hit 290. I can't quite blow the 290 though. So we'll probably go. We'll go 292. That's fine. We're gonna go heavier this time. We're gonna round up versus round down just because bench has just been going good. And I'll probably need this again. What? A block for bench press, man. Let me see here. PT session tomorrow, shoulder and back might cry. No, I won't cry, but I will complain. Yes, sir. Have you had any sessions back since your like kind of vacation? I'd imagine so, but maybe not. Last week, gotcha. I could imagine that first day back, you know, was a bit of a challenge. Yes, it was. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Next time I go on holiday, I'm booking a hotel with the gym. Yeah. It's nice just to be able to get in something, right? Most of the time, hotel gyms aren't anything super special, but, you know, they get things moving. Maybe at least check off the meat and potatoes, right? You have some cables, a bar, and dumbbells, you're there. Very true, very true. All right, top set. What to be? Today is the 4th, huh? Apparently, ArenaNet is supposed to be making an announcement tomorrow. You know, Guild Wars. And everybody's been saying it's about the Guild Wars 3 announcement. It's been kind of hush-hush for a minute, right? over the past couple of years, there have been like postings for a new project in like Guild Wars 2. There are some things that I think was really cool about Guild Wars 2, but generally, I was never hooked for very, very long. Alright, what do we have to hit here on the back off? 230. I'm gonna have to drop down the plate, the big plate. Unlucky. Now that being said, I encourage any new MMO, right? Especially the big ones, deciding that it's time to move on with IP, right? Like, World of Warcraft has just still been World of Warcraft. They just keep adding new expansions. It's just like getting to the point where it's like outdated, you know? People eat it up, but big respect, you know? ArenaNet, they're gonna make a new guild, you know, at least that's the speculation, right? They're gonna release a new Guild Wars, right? Better engines. I needed that. I don't know why I brought it over there. Yeah, better engines, you know, hopefully more smoothness, you know, some more kind of updated graphics. The big question, though, is how far out is it? I always, it's like all these freaking MMO announcements and yada yada, but it's like, if it's 3+ years out, am I even going to be playing MMO still in 3 years? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Not getting any younger though, you know? Alright, so this should be 230, and let's see here. We got 3 sets of 5. Close grip, feet up. We'll have to see what's coming, right? Obviously, it's been pretty doomer in the MMO scene. I feel like Chrono Odyssey is probably nearing, you know, at least in terms of like the hardcore push, the hardcore MMO grind, you know, that's probably looking towards the end of that. So bored of gaming in general, don't know why. I think for me it's been really good to like reconnect with single player games, because live service games like MMOs or like the gachas that I play, it's just so much of like, there's things that they make you feel like you have to do every day. It's just like more so a chore than anything. And that's why like things like Crimson Desert or like Expedition 33 felt really good, because you like were just like, oh, I have this free time. Oh, I want to play this game. Not so much like, oh, I gotta do my dailies. That being said, I'm still kind of a little bit of a a slave to the gacha grind and all that stuff, but I've been like just kind of easing up a little bit, right? On some of that. I've dropped some as of recent. Or I'm playing some of them just a lot more casually to where it's like, yeah, I'm not really logging in every day. There's nothing fun for me to do. I'm not gonna log in. Or I'm more, I guess now it's like I'm more keen to like try out like some new gachas and then just like play until there's like nothing left, right? Like I've exhausted the content and then it's like, okay, maybe I come back to it when there's a big update or a few big updates from now. When did it try to PB anything called the Oh man, you're just trying to get started, man. You just trying to dip your toes into a little PvP. You didn't know any better. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the problem is when they structure games to where there's things that you kind of have a cap on what you can do per day or like per week, to where it's like people always feel like they're in a rush, but in the reality of it, like MMORPGs at their base were games that just oftentimes required a lot of time, Like if we're talking about WoW way back in the day, like you're having to walk around everywhere, like do all of this stuff. Like those games just took up a lot of time. So I feel like, I don't know, the structuring of newer games has changed, and therefore how people have responded to it or adapted has been, everybody's in a rush, they're gonna be toxic if you're not doing, like, not playing how you're supposed to or living up to their expectations. Damn, Arnicar firing back at him, huh? Fired back at him, huh? You let him know. You let him know, huh? Your war song gold. What set is this? Is this number 2 or number 3? It's my 3rd set, right? Am I tripping? I feel like I've already cranked out 2. I'm over here giving Arnikar a therapy session that I just forgot how many sets I was in. Oh yeah, good old days. How many sets deep are we, huh? Maybe I just check the old. One. Maybe we have only done 2 sets. Fair enough. Alright, well that means 1 more set and then we get to do some accessory work. Yeah, I mean, like, they should be making an announcement about Aeon 2, like, any day now. I think, let me think here. There's some sort of game, you know, they have those game, what do we call them? Game, live shows? I don't know. I guess that's the best way to put it. When I think it was like June. It might be at Steam Next Fest. I remember people saying like it's supposed to be sometime in June that they're gonna most likely choose the opportunity to actually drop the release date. So it might be at the Steam Next Fest. I don't think that it's before that. June 15th sounds about right from what I remember seeing. Let's see. Yeah. Aeon 2. I hope they change the monetization, man. If they don't, it's cooked. I'll play it for a few months, and then I mean, the game's gonna just die so fast if they don't change anything. That being said, I will get my fun out of it, and then I will dip on out. Alright, last bench set. How are we looking? 40 minutes? We're moving kind of slow. Deload. I mean, really though, if they change the monetization, it could go off. It could go a little crazy. I think so many people are already. The expectations are already ruined. There's gonna be a lot of people that won't even try it out, even if major changes are made. They've just tarnished their reputation so much. From previous game titles to just knowing how the other versions are. Why do they just keep doing it to themselves, man? The sleeves, yeah, you did forget to say that. Why do they do this? What class did you end up making on ESO, by the way? Dragon Knight was like pretty cool, but I don't know. ESO, it's like decent, but maybe not anything super crazy. Oh, hey, look at that! Olton, thank you for the Mega Raid. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm not sure if you guys are just gonna get auto advertisement as soon as you join. Thank you for the raid though. Let me go ahead. Just finished up with some bench press, moving on to some accessory work here. But on that note, oh shoot, we got some follows rolling in too. Thank you for the follow, Oldera. Alright, shout out to Olton. Go ahead and give them a follow as well. Clean setup, I appreciate that. That's not too shabby. I think as like, it's one of those things, you know, like, if you kind of start a home gym, you're always gonna want more. You're just always gonna want more. Olton, thank you for the follow as well. Much appreciated. Yeah, just one of those things, right? It's like you pick your hobby and just realize it probably doesn't stop. It doesn't stop there. Never does. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Thanks again for the raid. I am a power lifter. But yeah, current setup, I mean, I can get a lot of the meat and potatoes in. And actually, kind of recently, picked up a kind of workout machine. So I'm able to get even a little bit more accessory work in. Which has been nice. We'll move on to doing some machine work before too long. But for now, just gonna do some pull-ups. How about you, there's a lot of different realms of, you know, fitness. Are you a power lifter, crossfitter, Olympic weightlifter, general fitness enthusiast? Where are you at? Alright, we need to take this off too. Hypertrophy? Okay, heck yeah. What are you this week? Did it change from week to week? Weighted calisthenics? That's fun. That's fun. I'm always amazed by, you know, what those people can do. Do you have like a home gym setup as well? Do you stream from maybe like an actual gym? Oh no. Was the recipe for a bar flipping over right there? How embarrassing would that have been? Got the stream raid, and then I just am over here flipping my bar over like a noob. Alright, let's see. Home gym setup, power rack, dip station, some dumbbells. Heck yeah. You know, I think out of everything I have kind of right now, what would be really nice, I think, would be like somewhat of a dip rack. However, I could swing that. I love weighted dips. Weighted dips are so good. That's probably the one that I miss the most in terms of when I kind of transitioned from doing some of my workouts to like an actual gym facility to just doing them all down here. I'll go ahead and give you guys the spiel, the elevator pitch here after this set, so you guys can get a good idea of the channel. Alright, let's see here. Alright, guys. Yeah, so obviously I'm a power lifter. I have been powerlifting for quite some time. It's kind of crazy to think, but definitely, you know, over a decade at this point. Probably like 12 to 13 years. I'm also a chiropractor. I kind of focus on more so the movement and rehab side of things, so you might occasionally hear me rant about various topics regarding pain, injury, rehab related stuff, healthcare, how much of a mess it can be. And then, yeah, I do a little bit of gaming on the channel as well, so it's not just the fitness and health. Which can be kind of a combination of things. I'm an MMO enjoyer when there's good MMOs to play. Single player games. What else? A few gotchas here and there. Honestly, I'm not super picky as long as the production quality is there. Do I enjoy being a chiropractor? Oh, that's a loaded question right there. I think I like doing how I do things a lot more than I like seeing the average chiropractor do things. Which I guess sounds biased and all that. But there's a lot of crap, you know. I would say I'm not like your usual chiropractor. Like the name, I appreciate that. Nice combination of my powerlifting background and then also the chiropractor. Gonna grab some food. Nice meeting you though. See you around. Enjoy. Thanks again for the raid. Super duper appreciate that. I'll for sure see you around. Slowpoke's boring games. Apparently. Because it's not Marvel Rivals or World of Warcraft. Unlucky. I'll have to keep an eye on, is this the time that they, Ulton usually gets done with their stream? There's a few people that usually stream around this time that I've had good interactions with that, you know, we've kind of tried to raid back and forth, but yeah, I swear, like all of the fitness and health streamers that I've interacted, you know, had really good interactions with, we all stream at like roughly at the same time, unfortunately. Ugh. Going on 4 a.m. so I gotta sleep, but I'll stay late. Oh man, where are you tuning in from? That is, oh, 4 a.m. Yeah, for me it's like 12:54 p.m. I appreciate the lurk though. About an hour, maybe an hour earlier. Yeah, sounds like they're a little bit earlier than me in terms of getting started. I always like to try to reciprocate, you know? If I can have an opportunity to raid them. I would like to check theirs out at some point though. Oh wow, what? 127k followers? Cool, cool. East Coast Australia. That's the cool thing about Twitch and streaming is people kind of, you know, pop in from all over the place. And it's all followable from when you ran Fortnite Customs a few years back. Huh. Hey, however you do it, that's awesome. As long as it's, you know, it sounds like it was organic. There are some people out here that are just willing to pay for all of that, you know, outright. Man, we got an Australian now too, huh? However, really do gotta, yeah, get some sleep, man. Definitely get some sleep. I appreciate you hanging out for as long as you did. Thanks to any of the raiders that have stuck around, you know. Hope to see you again soon. Hope to see you in again. So we kind of were doing like a modified pull-up where we kind of rest the legs on the bench, but I was kind of getting to the point where even with some like additional weight, I'm like, man, I need to step this up a bit. So now we're doing like this crisscross seated pull-up. Make it a bit harder. All right, let's see. I think from here it's just gonna be some machine work we're gonna get in. We got chest press and then preacher, tricep extension. Let me move things around here just ever so slightly. Give us a new angle. Take that out here. How we looking? Not too shabby. On the angle, good. Yeah, man, there's a few games that really made people, especially during the COVID era. Not to say that made him specifically, but man, it really helped out a lot of channels. Yep. I always tell people I started too late, man. I wish I would have started streaming sooner. Unfortunately, it was kind of like around the time of when, you know, my chiropractic studies were hitting pretty hard. Didn't have a lot of time. If you factor in just going there, going to the classes, getting my workout in still, and then studying. Yeah. Well, here we are. So to anyone out there, if you've been thinking about doing it, just freaking do it, man. Just freaking do it. You're gonna just end up wishing you would have started sooner. Probably go one up. Even so, as the heads up too, this is, you know, like the deload week, so relative intensity, relative volume, down a little bit more than usual. So that's why it looked like we got a few reps of the tank, yada yada. Well, it's because we do. It's intentional. That's what I was gonna do. I'll do that for that. If anybody has any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Of course. What was Olton working out today? I got anybody active in the chat? I guess I could put the old watch back on. We don't need a wrist wrap anymore. Yeah, deload week this week. So back at it pretty hard again next week. But that being said, still been hitting some actually pretty heavy bench sets. But that's just because bench has been going really good, you know. We lifted pretty heavy last week. That just meant, you know, the deload. We're really moving the needle here. Because what, Monday was 320 for 2? On a deload, that was insane for me. And then today was, you know, that 290 for 3. Kind of tempo. Very good, very good. Bench press is like the one. It's the only lift going good right now. I'll be honest. It's carrying the squad hard. Carrying the squad hard. 2 blocks ago, we had a 287 for 7 feet up set. That was for sure a PR. And then last week, 347 for 3, which I actually still need to go back and look. I think it might have been a PR, but there was definitely room in the tank. So it was either I matched the PR but hit a lower RPE, or it was a PR. So kind of a win, either way. So it'll be 3 sets of this in total. So I got 1 more set, and then we'll probably go right into just some tricep extension next. For those that don't know, obviously, any new viewers are kind of working on, well, I've gotten up to the body weight that I want. So I was kind of sitting honestly kind of low, around 182, like just slowly dwindling down. And then now, fast forward, I'm up to pretty much a pretty cozy like 202, 203. Honestly, not a ton of fluctuation, which has been nice, but we put the extra body weight on, so it has been more hypertrophy for sure, and definitely more coming. And just kind of working on filling out the new weight. New weight, baby. That's why those pull-ups are kind of hard right now. We're pulling up some, it's like having a 20-pound weighted vest on. Alright. We'll probably hang out on 10-4. We hit the follower goal, but it's also because I forgot to swap it to 315. Gosh darn it. But that's pretty hype. Oh, nonetheless, we had the big 310. I love it. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys for sure get something out of it too, Yeah, man. Very rough week of sleep this week. Very rough week. That's why it's been pretty much out the workout streams. Did I stream on Monday? Like some game streams after? I can't remember. I might have for a little bit, but yeah, it's been a rough one. That being said, we're still getting these workouts in. Oh, that's so bad. Yep. Yeah, I'll be we'll play a little bit more PoE 2 after the workout. We'll just go straight into it. We'll play down here. We will just play down here. So lock in. We are just getting started. Reel it in. Also, what's up, Naroji? How you doing today? Yeah, I need to, I don't know how to fix... My character's in shambles a little bit right now. Enjoying a relaxing day off. Very good, very good. Much needed day off, huh? I'm doing not too shabby. A little sleepy today. Tough week, man. Tough week. We're getting there, though. We're so close. As long as everything goes as planned, right? What the... That's why. Yeah, we'll play a little bit of PoE too, for sure. Like I said too, I'm actually kind of hyped because, like, I might play the next season of D4. You know, just because it's just like the ARPG has been kind of hitting a little bit. We might dabble some more. Alright, very good. Creature curl. And since it's deload, do I try out one? You know what? I might try out one that I feel like I'm gonna want to do for like next block. So I've been doing the BFR feature curl as well. I might you know, it's like the long bar. I might do like for today, swap it from the preacher curl bar to like dumbbell actually. What would I need? It's probably not gonna be a lot. It's either gonna be the 15 or the 20. I can't imagine needing more than that. And then yeah, we'll just do one arm at a time basically then. Six, 7, 8, 9, 11. Me likey. I think for deload, we're probably fine with the 15, but I could see a world where maybe we just want to do the 20. All the spam, man. Spam, spam, spam. Alright, so that means 2 more sets to wrap us up here. At least for the workout stream portion. Let's see. Actually, also Saul. Yeah, it's probably not going to be as big of a deal. Probably something I'll play more off stream. There's a Ragnarok kind of mobile closed beta, which I didn't even realize. I didn't even see any ads or anything for it. But it's one that I really liked playing when it first came out. Now they're launching kind of a classic, you know, let's kind of pay to win. I played the other version, and yeah, it was definitely way better. 3, 4. Who do we have here? One more set. Man, I don't know if you guys have been noticing that kind of subtle thing that I've been doing. Actually, sort of the relaxed or stretch position. But it's not like I'm just going kind of just like this the whole time. What I'm doing is as I'm going down, I'm slightly kind of rotating the wrist to really stretch out like the brachioradialis as well. And man, it's kind of like a little touch that you can change with preacher curls. You might feel something a little bit differently by the time you get done with all your sets. It's not a lot though, right? It doesn't have to be very extreme. It's like pretty subtle. We're rotating it as we go down. It's one nice kind of smooth movement. Has a power build. That's interesting that you put it like that. But I guess that's kind of what it's called, right? I don't really do like a ton of stretching, to be fair. I think what's the best way to put this? I think it's a little bit overrated, right? I'd rather incorporate movements that encompass like a wide range of movement options. So, full ranges of motions and all that jazz. It's one thing if you're like just, working the muscle in a short range of motion without a lot of movement options. But once you start throwing that stuff in, you'll realize that you're not as tight, and you just feel a bit more resilient in certain positions that are, otherwise feel kind of sticky or very uncomfortable to be in. Like I don't feel like I need to stretch, therefore I don't stretch. It can help in the short term, but sometimes a lot of people, they're gonna need more than that for what they're trying to get out of it. No flexibility. I mean, I would say, well, you have to strip away the things that I know, right? If I was just your average power lifter, then yeah, they're probably going to be tight. They're probably not going to have a ton of range of motion. But because of my background, I'm able to incorporate, some of those things to be, I guess, more flexible, more mobile than the average, It would be, I guess, unfair to say I encompass the average or traditional power lifter. But I mean, I have pretty good range of motion, right? I can really reach that hand back, external rotation. Hips are pretty good. I mean, I pull sumo, so I'm kind of already, you know, working that adductor and hip kind of range of motion for, you know, pretty decent amount. I think I would still manage to put a lot of people in shame in terms of ones that just like will stretch and stretch and stretch. You know, it's passive, right? You're kind of applying that pressure to get that stretch versus like, it's like the difference between stretching and flexibility or mobility, right? Or mobility is like you're able to actively, that brain is able to move in those ranges of motion versus you kind of like putting yourself in a position and holding it. It doesn't really help a ton if you can't, you know, actively do that or move the muscles and joints in a controlled fashion. For what it's worth. But it can be a nice, you know, symptom modifier for sure. You're a little tight or, you know, you're feeling some pain. I just think that there's probably a, you know, a step up, you know, a one up you could do most of the time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get ended out on a few of the platforms, right? So bye TikTok peeps and bye YouTube peeps. Thanks for popping in on those platforms. We're gonna swap to some PoE 2, which we'll be doing on old Twitch. So we'll end that out.